Before we roll the tape, take a breath, because what you're about to see is the kind of farewell that hits like a standing ovation. At 95, screen legend Robert Wagner is taking his final bow, with a pair of confirmed episodes that will serve as his last on-camera appearance. From the heart-racing intrigue of A Kiss Before Dying to the suave sparkle of It Takes a Thief and the enduring charm of Heart to Heart, Wagner has been a fixture across generations. Tonight, we celebrate a career measured not just in years, but in moments that defined what it means to be a star. The first scene in this goodbye arc opens the way his best work always has, quietly, confidently, with presence you can feel. Wagner steps into frame as a wise patriarch, equal parts warmth and wit, guiding younger characters with a kind of lived-in gravitas you can't write, only earn. A half-smile, an arched brow, a beat of silence, and an entire room leans in. It's the magic trick he's perfected for nearly 7 decades, doing the most by appearing to do the least. Backstage, the crew knows they're witnessing a milestone. A boom op adjusts just a little gentler. The camera operator steadies for an extra heartbeat. Even the clap slate sounds reverent. Between setups, Wagner is gracious to a fault, shaking hands, remembering names, humming a tune from a classic set. Someone mentions a favorite episode of Heart to Heart, and he fires back a quick story about Stephanie Powers that has the makeup team laughing through their touch-ups. The tone is unmistakable. This is work, but it's also a reunion, a tribute, a toast. In the second and final episode, the script gives him what he deserves: a runway for nuance. A single Sino stunt. No chase, just a conversation on a quiet porch at sundown. He tells a younger lead, the trick isn't knowing when to arrive, it's knowing when to leave with grace. The line lands like a bell. You can almost hear the show's history folding itself neatly. A bow tied around decades of storytelling. Fans, of course, are already building the scrapbook. Social feeds fill with clips. The slick grin from It Takes a Thief. That rooftop moment in the towering inferno. The martini-dry banter from Heart to Heart. Comments read like handwritten letters. Thank you for my Saturday nights. My mom and I watched you together. Class never goes out of style. You see photos of box sets, ticket stubs wedged into dog-geared bike, and 100 living rooms, where his work still flickers on cozy weeknights. The producers hint that the send-off is laced with Easter eggs: an old watch on his wrist, a certain painting in the background, a familiar turn of phrase that longtime fans will catch instantly. It's a conversation with the past, threaded into a contemporary frame. Not nostalgia as a crutch, but as a companion. And what comes after the curtain falls? Those close to him say the pages are already turning. A memoir, stories from the lots, the sets, the night shoots, the near misses, and the miracle saves. Even the quieter recollections glow. The smell of sawdust from a newly built soundstage. The taste of coffee at 4 a.m. The moment when the director says cut, and everyone feels they've caught lightning. There's talk, too, of recording his own voice narrating chapters the way only he can, with that deft mix of polish and play. If Robert Wagner's farewell means something to you, if a scene of his lives in your memory like a pressed flower tap, share this with someone who'll want to watch with you. And tell us in the comments which role first made you a fan. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our breakdown of those final episodes, frame by frame, once they air. For now, raise a glass to a cinematic gentleman who turned presence into poetry, and who reminds us one last time how to close the door with grace.